Good day, folks. Welcome to xplane 12. I'm doing a very short test about what you can do with the hand tracking feature of the last xplane 12.4.3 in the ToLiss A319 that has been updated with the last EFB you see here. So basically what you can do is to operate the overhead panel. You can push buttons with two fingers like this. So pay attention to one thing. When the mouse cursor is active, the beam or the two fingertips operation is inhibited with the hand tracking. So be sure that the mouse cursor, the big arrow cursor, is disabled so that hands can be active. So by pressing the two fingers on one button, you can operate the button like this. A bit cumbersome, but it's the only way to operate buttons. And the knobs, you have to pick them until they get orange, then you can turn like this. So
Abrush of traffic, Qatari 82 Bravo is airborne, climbing through 1800 in the left turn following the SID, and we're clear of runway. Final call.
Communication. Okay. So I was saying. Okay. So knobs are okay. The buttons, by picking them with two fingers. The levers. This is the lever switches. You can pick them with two fingers. They are working. So basically all the overhead panel is operable with the hand tracking feature. Also the MCP is operable with the two fingers. Pick this and turn the altitude knob, you see, and this is okay. You can pull the other knobs with the two fingers technique. Also the QNH by pressing here. Okay, this gets orange. You can turn right, left, and to switch from inches to hectopascal, you have to. There's another way to do this. Okay, pressing beside the frontal knob, and so this is 1019. These button can be operated with the same two fingers tip. So the MCP is operable. Throttle, of course, is also the pedestal is working. This can be picked, pulled, or the ground spoiler lever. For example, this cockpit door works. The parking brake switch is working, and also the flap lever, pick and pull. This is working. So it's a little bit cumbersome, but it is working. All the levers, knob, buttons. What it, in my opinion, is not operable is the FMC. So you would have to pick every single button and click on it, and you know, it's very, very slow and difficult to perform. So I prefer to have set a button that disables the hand tracking features, another button on my external hostess that enables the mouse cursor, and with this it's easier to perform to operate the FMC. So departure, runway, so on. Okay, so it's easier to click on the single FMC buttons. This is the only the main this is the most difficult thing. You can also do it with your hand, but with the laser beam, but you run the risk to make a very big mess, and it's not feasible during for example online flights with the VATSIM, when there's much confusion. You have to do everything very quick, and believe me, it's very difficult. And the other thing that, in my opinion, is not feasible with the hands is operating the new EFB, because the only thing you can do is to with the laser beam is to scroll on the OFB, on the sim brief OFB. But if you go to the Navigraph section here, it's very difficult to click on it with the beam, and it's almost impossible to navigate across the various star, approach, taxi, SID charts, which would be very useful and very nice to do with the ends. But if I try to click on the taxi charts, for example, okay, it works, but it's a hit and miss process. It's a hit and miss process. So if I go to the departure charts like this, you see it's very difficult. Okay, I've the arrow active, so let's disable the arrow and go this. For example, let's select the airport charts. You see that it's very difficult, and other menus are opening. The unwanted menus are opening because the laser beam goes up and down, is not precise. Okay, this is the airport. So you see how cumbersome it is to use. So okay, unwanted checklist. I clicked for the checklist, but I didn't want to do it. So what I'm doing is disable the hand tracking features, going back with it is ugly, but it's more effective mouse cursor, and I can navigate between the maps. I can zoom in, zoom out. You see, the tablet is very small for VR purposes. I hoped they could improve the size of this tablet, but okay, this is nice the same, because if you go close with your head and zoom in, you can see pretty much everything, every number, every nuances of the charts. Okay, and so better to operate the EFB with the mouse cursor or with the VR controllers if you are used to them. I hate them, you know. I prefer using my hands to operate the hover panel, the MCP, something in the pedestal. You can bring this and pull it up. You can do several things with your hands, and it helps with your muscle memory for your brain to reach every control with your hands. So it helps a lot to remember procedures and things in the Airbus. But okay, it takes a lot of training to use your hands in a complex cockpit like this, and you can try with a mix of the mouse cursor and your hands and find out which is your sweet spot to do things easier, and it has not to be complex to operate controls with your hands. It has to be straightforward, and with this feature at the moment it is not, in my opinion. So that's it. It was a very brief test. Let me know what you think about the hand tracking feature in a complex cockpit like this, in the Zibo, in the ToLiss and the other complex planes. Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for following. See you to the next video. Bye bye.